Yo, what's up? It's your boy One Arm. Today we are bringing you my week 9 power rankings for the NFL season of 2020. Ah, man. It's a crazy year. Crazy year. It's almost over, though. It's almost over. Hope you guys are being safe. We're going to get right into it. And, of course, we're going to have to put the Jets. We're trying out a new one. I didn't know if I liked the little boxy thing, so we're trying out a new one. All right, guys. We have the Jets. Jets are still unwinless. But if the Jets weren't there, like I said last week, my Cowboys would be in last place. I think they released the draft order for halfway through the year, and I think we're like top 5. So it's a little heartbreaking, but it is what it is. At 30, we have Washington. Well, that's kind of weird. Okay, well, I guess. We have Washington at 30. They definitely need a quarterback. I'm not sure what they're going to do. There's a lot of them going to be in this draft, a lot of good ones. So maybe they might pick up a quarterback in the first round. I don't know. Kyle Allen is kind of playing pretty okay-ish. We watched the G-Men last night. The Giants give the Bucks a run for their money, and controversial call, but still a loss is a loss. Man, I still can't believe that 3 teams are in the bottom from the NFC East are in the bottom. Jesus. Up next, we have the Texans, but I can't find them. There they are. We're gonna put the Texans at 27 and then the Broncos at 26, right? So we watched the Broncos and Drew Lock come back from behind. I just don't know. I just don't understand how the Chargers keep blowing leads, but we watched Broncos come back, and yeah, they didn't come back winning the game on a blunder of a play by the defense. Cornerback should have stayed with the receiver and let the linebacker push the flat, try and stop Drew Lock from rushing. But nope, he came up. Drew Lock threw it over his head. Bob is your uncle. Touchdown Broncos, right? So at 25, we have the hapless. Truthfully, I think they're going to get rid of Cam. I don't see Cam staying there that long. Man, half a season and the dude's already become the original Cam he was when he was in Carolina. Speaking of that, we have the Carolina Panthers at 24. I really do think they're missing McCaffrey. I'm not sure if McCaffrey played yesterday, but they lost to the Falcons, which now the Falcons have gotten 2 straight wins. Take that in, everybody. Falcons are on a winning streak. But yeah, so yeah, they do not have McCaffrey back yet, and I think they're really missing him. Sorry, it was a really late night last night. Yeah, they're definitely missing McCaffrey, which is funny because now we have the Falcons at 23. Here I'm a little torn because we watched this team come back and win, but then they get demolished by the team they played yesterday, and that's the Lions, right? So the Lions, we have a 22, and where are they? We're gonna put the Chargers at 21. I still think they'll win a lot more games than well, I don't know, they're what, 1-6, 1-7, but I believe yesterday they should have won that game. They didn't, because I think they're 2-5. I apologize, 2-5, and they lost to Denver, which is 3-4. Take that in. Denver's now 3-4. Philip Lindsay had an amazing run, but you know, what number are we at? 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. Okay, so 21. Up next, we have the Vikings at 20. Man, did they look good yesterday? I mean, not them in general. Cook looked good yesterday. I think he had, 3 rushing touchdowns, a receiving touchdown, and like almost 300 all-purpose yards. But yeah, so Dalvin Cook looked really good yesterday. At 19, we are going to put where are they? Truthfully, I'm not going to make the mistake I did. They're done. Garoppolo, I think, is done for the season. Kittle's done for, I don't know, which sucks because I have him on fantasy. But I think it was a fracture of some sort. So they're just not going to be able to do it. I don't think the Niners will win very many games this year after this week. At 18, we have the Bengals. I think they really like T. Higgins and, of course, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is one of the 3 quarterbacks is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, right? Joe Burrow, Herbert, and now that Tua is starting, Tua, right? So we'll see. But the Bengals, I don't know, they can put points up. They just can't keep points off the board. And that's the problem that they're having right now. 17, we saw the Eagles squeak away a win against my really bad Cowboys. When I need Carson Wentz to just go off, he doesn't. The only reason why I was rooting for Carson Wentz yesterday, I wanted him to at least score 2 touchdowns, but he didn't. Made my defense have hope. And I will forever hate you for that, Carson. I will forever hate you for giving me hope that my defense could make plays. 16, we saw a dismantling of the Rams yesterday afternoon by the Dolphins. The Rams got dismantled by the Dolphins. I think it was like Tua came out, scored. Then it was just like turnover central by the Rams. Defense looks good for the Dolphins. Tua, we'll see. I don't know if he played much. I think that defense kind of kept him off the field. Man, but take this in. Dolphins are 4-3. 4-3. Tua went 1 touchdown, got sacked once for 93 yards. They didn't even throw 100 yards. Jeff Goff had 355 with 1 TD, 2 interceptions, sacked twice. And, that'll happen. That will happen. You turn over the ball, usually you don't win the game unless you're playing against the Cowboys. Then you can turn over the ball 4 times and still win the game. So that was 16? 15, we have the Browns. The Browns are perplexing me. Or I don't even know if that's a word. I need to stop trying to use big words. The Browns are the Browns, right? They look good 1 week and then they look bad the next week, right? I know losing OBJ is probably hurting them a lot more than they figured. But Baker Mayfield needs to step up his game. I mean, first overall draft pick. Come on, Baker. Come on, that team needs you to play good every week. All right? Every week, Baker. Every week. I think we are on to 14. Yep. 14, we have the Bears. The Bears, they played pretty well yesterday. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the whole boxing match that took place, which was pretty wild. I know I read something about it was like an eye gouge previous plays. Something happened between the two of them previous plays, but I gotta sneeze. Oh man, the Bears ended up losing in overtime, and they might have lost. I don't know. If I'm the coach for the Bears, I'm really taking that player and being like, hey, stupid stuff like that costs us a game, right? And first off, I mean, I don't know who he thought he was, but have you ever punched a helmet? It doesn't really hurt the guy that's wearing the helmet, right? So you punching him in the head did absolutely nothing. That, like, he's looking at him like, hello? Like, what's going on? And then you see little ass Jenkins jumping on his back. That shit had me dying. That had me dying. It was so funny. But yeah, the Bears, they lost in overtime to the Saints. Hold on, let me get a drink of my lemonade. Bears lost to the Saints in overtime. Up next, we are going to have the LA Rams, who got dismantled by the Dolphins yesterday. Jared Goff really needs to learn to take care of the ball. The 2 interceptions are unacceptable. I think he fumbled once as well, but don't quote me on that. At 12, we have the Raiders. The Raiders won 16-6 against the Browns. And the Raiders are, what are the Raiders? 4-3. I think they're tied for second in the AFC West. Of course, we all know who's first, but I think they're tied with the Broncos. Take that in. Tied with the Broncos. I think the Broncos are 4-3, right? No, Broncos are 3-4. Okay, so I'm wrong. Raiders are in second place. Take that in, Raiders. You guys are in second place in the AFC West with a winning record. I'm telling you, I said it before. I think the Raiders have a shot of taking taking that extra wild card, of making it to the playoffs. They just got to keep playing how they're playing that hard-nosed football. Defense is looking good. Jacobs, man, I'm telling you, that kid is something. He's special, and he is going to do great things. I always love watching Josh Jacobs run the ball. What is that? 12? 1, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Yeah, 12. Okay. 11, we have the Colts now. Ooh, the Colts dismantled the Lions yesterday, right? And they're only getting better. That defense has definitely stepped up, and they're getting Leonard back, right? So that defense just got even more menacing. It's going to be nice to see the Colts. They're 5-2 right now under Phillip Rivers. I think he had a pretty good day yesterday. I mean, it's just crazy. The run game seems to be clicking on all cylinders. So it's gonna be nice seeing what the Colts can do. I was a big Andrew Luck fan, and I'm glad to see that they didn't take a step back after his retirement. Up next, we have, what's that, 11? We're in the top 10 now. Now, here's where it gets a little crazy, right? I think the Cardinals are real. I like Murray, especially adding Hopkins. Kirk seems to be coming into the mix now. I know they lost Drake, but the rookie running back they have back there, he's definitely gonna take over the reins and really, keep the run game going. So it's pretty exciting to see him. So we were talking about Chase Edmonds and how good the Cardinals will be. I mean, Chase Edmonds is doing really well. He's a big play threat, really big in the pass game as well. So can't knock him out. He's taking over for Drake. I think Drake's going to be missing a few weeks with an injury. Trying to get back to my page. There we go. And then up next, we have the lost my train of thought. Next, we have the Bills. Like I said, the Bills had a hard game against Kansas City, but they came out and they beat New England. They got that nice turnover at the end, stopping Cam Newton. So I don't know if the Bills will make. They're definitely going to make the playoffs because I think they're better than Miami right now. But will they go far in the playoffs? I don't think so. But we'll see. Up next, we have the. I'm just embarrassed that the Titans lost the way they did. They lost to Cincinnati and Joe Burrow. And here I was talking about their defense, but they stifled Tennessee, right? They shut Tennessee down, giving them their second loss of the year. Tannehill looked human. You know, he's usually throwing over 300 yards, 4 TDs. He had 2 TDs and an interception. Derrick Henry did have 112 yards and a TD. But that defense for the Tennessee Titans just couldn't show up. Like, I mean, they really didn't do anything. And just the Bengals ended up putting more points on the board, which usually gets you the win. Up next, we have the Saints. So we saw the Saints beat literally just was talking about the fight. I can't remember. Oh, it's such a long day today. It's gonna be so long. They ended up beating. Who did they beat? Now I can't remember. Chicago. Duh. They ended up beating Chicago in overtime, right? It was a close game, 26-23. Ah, man. I do think, though, Alvin Kamara is starting to come into his own. I think he was kind of, I don't know. I think he's definitely in his full mode, beast mode gears. You know, he's running on all cylinders right now. And I think they really need him because Michael Thomas, I don't think Michael Thomas has seen the field all year. You know, whether it be like swinging at a teammate or whatever. But yeah, they're definitely going to need to lean on Alvin Kamara. Man, he's sneaky fast. He doesn't look like he's running that fast until he starts to outrun you. It's crazy. But yeah, so we have them at 7. At 6, as much as I don't like to do this, but at 6, we're going to put the Packers. The Packers played... Who'd they play yesterday? I know What's-His-Face had a pretty good game. Or did they play yesterday? I don't remember. I don't see him on my list, so. But I don't know. Watching Aaron Rodgers that one game just get destroyed and have like no passing yards throughout the whole thing. I don't know. Putting too much faith in Aaron Rodgers and that offense. And the defense still allows people to score. So if you can shut down Aaron Rodgers, you can definitely win the game. Up next, we have the top 5. Now the top 5 is going to get a little juicy. We're going to put the Bucks at 5. They had a hard time with the Giants last night, and I'm a little worried about that. Controversial play here aside, the Bucks should have lit the Giants up for like 400 yards. of total offense. They didn't. And I don't know. They should be getting AB soon, right? I mean, that's all I've been hearing about is how good he looks. Oh, wait. Oh, did I skip a team? I did. So, we skipped the Jags. I'm sorry, Jags fans. On my list, we actually have the Jags here. Yeah, okay. Let me correct that real quick. Jags, you guys are here at 29. I apologize for skipping you. I just did not see. I got distracted. But now, okay, now we're good. Now we are caught up. All right. I don't know. Here's my thing. I watched the Ravens play yesterday, and they lost to the undefeated Steelers, and they were down a bit in that game too. I think it was, what was it, 17-7 in the second quarter, and then the Steelers came back and put up 14 in the third. And then, yeah. I'm worried about Lamar Jackson and his ability to actually throw the ball, right? I think Lamar Jackson's hype has gotten to him about him being able to make plays on his feet all the time, and I think he's forgetting that he's actually a quarterback that can throw, right? And in this league, you got to learn to throw first, then run, right? And so he threw 2 interceptions yesterday. He had 2 TDs, but he, like I said, I think he's just either that or the receivers just aren't getting open, which that could be too. But there's already people, in the locker room. They're already snickering at each other or bickering with each other. Snickering, bickering. Man, I want a Snickers now. But I think the Ravens will right the ship. Up next, we have the Seahawks. The Seahawks. The Seahawks lost this week. Right? Was it Thursday? Or was it? I don't remember. Did they play? Yeah. No, they won this week. Sorry, they lost last week. They beat the Niners 37-27. And I really do think, listen, this team is only going to win as far as Russell Wilson takes them, right? Russell Wilson, 261, 400 yards, or 4 TDs. And at this point, like, I'm looking at their rushing or their running backs. Like, I don't remember any of these guys at the beginning of the season, DJ Dallas, David Moore, Russell Wilson. I mean, Russell Wilson always running, but, big boy DK Metcalf at 161 with 2 TDs. He had that one long one, I think it was like 50 yards, where he caught it across the field, somehow stayed in bounce, and just took it up the sidelines. So, like I said, the Seahawks are 6-1, and they will win as long as Russell Wilson doesn't screw up. And we saw him screw up against the Cardinals, So, it comes down to Russell Wilson winning the games for him. Now comes the big two, right? Man, power rankings are hard because, if you're going off of record and stats and things like that, it would go Steelers, or it would go Kansas City and then Steelers at 1, right? But here, we know these teams are really good. And we've seen the Chiefs get punched in the mouth and end up losing. Now, mind you, they've come back from that, and they've just dismantled everybody that they have played. But, like I said, I mean, the Chiefs beat the Jets 35-9. but that's like playing, that's like playing the Cowboys. But I mean, that's where it gets hard, okay? But we're going to do it this way. We're going to go the Steelers. Hey, we're going Chiefs Steelers. You gotcha. At this point in time, I think the Steelers, that way the defense is playing, I really do think the Steelers could give the Chiefs a run for their money. I think they're fast enough to keep up with the offense that the Chiefs have. The defense that they can send off the edge, get pressure on Patrick Mahomes, I think can stop them from the big plays. And then, Roethlisberger seems to have that offense clicking. He's getting receivers involved. I mean, I think he had, how many yards did he have? He only had 182, but Juju had 7, Eric Ebron had 4, Chase Claypool had 5, James Conner had 3. So they're spreading the ball around. And, I think right now, if the two teams played, it would be a really good game to watch. And I am super excited to see these two teams play next week. They're not playing each other. Don't let me confuse you on that. They're not playing each other, but they will be playing at some point in time, whether it be in the playoffs or whatever. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this this week's power rankings. Sorry, it was it seems like it was everywhere, I know, but here are the teams that the Steelers have coming up, right? They have Dallas, Cincy, Jacksonville, Baltimore again, Washington, Buffalo, Cincy, Indy, and Cleveland, right? I think Roethlisberger is going to have a good game against Dallas. I think everybody does, except for Carson Wentz. Cincinnati, I think they're going to beat Cincinnati. Jacksonville, they're going to beat Jacksonville. Baltimore is going to be another good game, but I think they'll beat Baltimore again. Washington, they'll beat Washington. Buffalo, they're going to beat Buffalo. They'll beat Cincy. They could lose to Indianapolis depending on what team shows up. And then Cleveland, I don't see him losing to Cleveland. So, I mean, at that, the Steelers could go, 14-2, 13-3 in my book, and with the rest of the season, going with the rest of the season. So, I mean, that's the craziness of the league. They could go 14-2, have home field advantage, but Kansas City has their remaining teams is Carolina. They should win. The Raiders are the ones who beat them the last time. Do I think the Raiders will beat them again this time? No. Tampa Bay could be an interesting game. Denver, I think they'll beat Denver. Miami, I think they'll beat Miami. New Orleans, Atlanta, I think they'll beat New Orleans and Atlanta and the Chargers. So, I mean, Kansas City could go, 14-2 maybe? So, it's going to be a good last part of the season. I'm super excited for it. And like I said, if you guys really enjoyed this Power Ranks, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel out. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all take it easy. I love y'all. Peace.